Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
And hello to you from our Golf Channel headquarters in Orlando, Florida. It's a good place to be right now because the weather is wreaking havoc on the West Coast at Torrey Pines and the Farmers Insurance Open. Kelly Tillman, Tripp Eisenhower, and John Cook with you on this Sunday. Let's get you up to date on the leaderboard in the final round of the Farmers Insurance Open. An epic round of golf by Brandt Snedeker, who was able to post in brutal scoring conditions with a round of 69, the only man under par. And he is getting accolades from his fellow tour players on Twitter, some calling it one of the best rounds of golf they've ever seen. A lot of players are still on course after multiple suspensions of play throughout the day. For the latest, we say hello to Todd Lewis on site.
Well, Kelly, the PGA Tour has just called play for the day because of dangerous conditions. High winds, as you can see behind me, the reasoning behind their decision. There was a squall that came in about 2 p.m. local time that brought heavy rain, and then once that squall went through, these winds really picked up. Right now, 40 to 50 miles per hour, and I've been out on the golf courses, or the golf course, I should say, the most exposed parts, I believe, even a little higher. How dangerous is it out here? Well, the media tent, a large tent that holds the media members covering the Farmers Insurance Open, it was evacuated and media members were taken inside the nearby Hilton. Take a look at this large tree here. Look how the wind has just stripped the bark off of this tree. And right behind this tree is the 18th fairway, and you see the debris that's been blown onto the fairway. There have been some large tree limbs that have been blown down. We are hearing reports from security that there have been a few structures that have been toppled over by the wind. So the PGA Tour made a wise choice because it's simply too dangerous for everyone on the grounds to resume play with these high winds. They again will start tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. local time. That is 11 o'clock Eastern time. And Brandt Snedeker, he was in the clubhouse just moments ago waiting for a decision. He'll be out here tomorrow morning. He may be in a playoff. He may not have to strike a shot, but he will find out if that 69 that he shot is good enough for him to win. But right now, the conditions pretty dangerous, and we're actually going to get off the grounds ourselves, and we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, be safe, Todd, and thanks so much for the update. So again, play has been called for the day on Sunday at the Farmers Insurance Open. They will finish on Monday, and that is the same scenario, by the way, for the Singapore Open, which we will get to in just a moment. First, reaction to what we saw today and the final decision by the PGA Tour.
A good decision. I mean, those kind of wins is just going to wreak havoc for everything and the safety of the fans and the players. I mean, you got a lot of things going on just besides the golf, but I will say this, these players that are left on the golf course may not have a good break because tomorrow the wind's forecast to be very strong and out of the northwest, so that's going to make those closing holes, John, play a lot different than they played today.
Yeah, they're not going to pick up any golf shots, that's for sure. They're going to have to really struggle to make pars, and you know, pars are going to be good enough. Hopefully Brandt Snedeker didn't check out of his hotel. He's got to extend his stay a little bit, but it's the right thing to do. There's really no reason in the world to go back out there and try to force 1 or 2, 3 more holes when, you know, it's such dangerous conditions for everybody involved. I mean, there won't be any spectators out there, but even for the caddies, for the players, the staff, everybody, you can't go back out there and finish. Tomorrow, let's go tomorrow. It's going to be clear. It's going to be cold and windy, but it's going to be clear.
And as I said, it was pushed to a Monday finish at the Singapore Open as well, where the #1 golfer in the world, Jordan Spieth, made a special appearance. He continues his globetrot. Here's the good news. It's Monday already in Singapore. So we're going to have answers for you over the next 45 minutes to an hour as they continue to play and finish a final round that was suspended because of lightning. Let's show you how we got to this point. Jordan Spieth, here he was, starting the day trailing by 5 shots. This was at the par 3 second, and finally seeing more putts drop.
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's only trailing by 4, 7 under par at the second hole of par 3. Wonderful 2 on the scorecard.
Here's the leader, Young-Han Song, and he is young, just 24 years old, 2 years older than Spieth, but much less experienced.
Yeah, drove it out of play for his first tee shot of the day, had to pitch it to the front of the green and hit a beautiful then third shot, little pitch shot in there, a couple of feet. He would convert that for par.
And stay ahead by 4. Here's Spieth at number 5 for par.
This is one of the rare misses, and been really doing this a little bit more often this week from that distance. That's the 3rd consecutive day he would bogey the 5th.
He's at 7 under and 5 back. Now his tee shot at number 6.
Yeah, water on the right. What are you going to do? You're going to play the safety shot and hook it over there to the left. Gets a lucky break right here. Catches somebody's foot. Stays right there by the cart path. that was going in the left hazard right there.
Yeah, so it does catch the spectator. And now we're going to catch up with the third shot from the bunker.
58% of the time last year on the PGA Tour, he got it up and down. Let's see what he can do from the sand in Singapore.
So what you're saying is nearly 60% of the time it worked every time.
Exactly right. And it worked that time too.
Song at the 7th. It's his tee shot at the par 5.
Yep, safety first again. Got water on the right, and he's protecting. He's kind of been struggling. Got both hands on the steering wheel, and instead of just letting it go and relaxing, but that ball is over there in the hazard, and he struggled to make a bogey.
He still has a 3-shot lead over Spieth. At 10, he guts out another par putt to remain at -11 and 2 ahead of the #1 player in golf. Here's Spieth at 9 under on the 15th in a bit of trouble.
Well, we saw him the last time when he was in trouble. He got lucky, and he's really good, so he's lucky and good, and there's really no luck involved in that shot. A ton of skill, threading the needle, and up there close for another good look at birdie, starting to put some pressure on the young leader.
Missed a lot of short-range putts in round 2. This one, center cut. Back to 10 under and 2 shots off the pace. Now we go to Young Song. 12 under at 14 for par again.
And this is kind of the theme for Song today, just making these putts for par. We got to give him credit for hanging in there and having the perseverance to make these putts for par, but he's going to have to settle down to get it to the house to win this golf tournament.
China's Wen Chonglang needs this for birdie at 18.
And he's won 3 times on the Asian Tour, and not going to get it done this time probably at 10 under par.
Yeah, would have gotten in the clubhouse at 11 and leading back to Spieth, trouble at 17. So he hopes to knock down this par putt, and that is clutch, like he has done so many times, to remain trailing by 2. Spieth at the par 5 18 from 85 yards.
Actually, one of the only parts of his game he had to improve, which he has done over the winter, from 85 yards. Places it in the perfect position, uses a little bit of a slope, gets it down there about 5 feet. We know what he can do from 5 feet.
Well, and here we are on the 16th, and this is Song. Oh, no! He got a 12-footer for par, but we're going to have to wait.
Now, Spieth has been known to bring the fire, but now he has been iced, and so too has Young Song and a few other players who are in contention at the Singapore Open. This one is far from over, and play set to resume at 6:30 Eastern Time tonight. So we can tell you right now, they are playing golf, and we want to update you. Spieth, I've been told, has just made birdie at the 18th. So he is in the house safely at 11 under par, and we will see how Young Song handles this kind of pressure. As I mentioned, he's 2 years older than Spieth, but far less experienced. He's trying to win his first professional golf tournament. Usually plays the Japan Tour. This is an entirely different ball game. Song making par. He made the 12-footer at 16.